If you get what I mean. Okay. Over a period of time, Miranda continued to take simple and consistent steps that returned her to a state of great health. And if you know her today, you know that's true. And was able to wean herself off of all of her medications. Through this journey, she surrounded herself with others that assisted, encouraged, and guided her to where she is now. She's thriving, not just surviving. Because of her powerful story, she realized that she had to share that there is hope for better health. As a wellness coordinator, Miranda and her team educate how to improve lives one step at a time. One of her healthy Mid-South catalysts is Tim Fleschner. Tim is the owner of Business Management Solutions. He's a business consultant, certified trainer, and speaker and coach. As a business consultant, he partners with business owners and leaders to grow their business by offering innovative and practical solutions in all aspects of business, from best practices to personal and professional development. Hits all the buttons. With 20 plus years experience in the logistics industry, he has insight into key principles in business and basic operations. So Miranda and Tim's mission is to inspire healthy behaviors from the home and into the workplace, through a more holistic approach for optimal overall well-being. So today, they will be sharing this mission for healthy living and lifestyle. So get your pen and paper ready, and you just might want to take notes. Well, without further ado, let me introduce you to Miranda and Tim.
Thanks, Mary Lou. Without your health, that you definitely can't enjoy your wealth. And as a business owner, I know all too well that without my health, I cannot be as productive or as focused as I am when I'm healthy. And I'm sure a lot of you can attest to that as well. You literally cannot function at your best when you're sick. This is why Tim and I do what we do. We share simple steps for a healthier life, and we give you a map to do so. So to get us started, Tim's going to share the importance of goal setting. So Tim.
Hey, thanks, Miranda. So most of you probably know that when it comes to health and wellness, just like in business, the best way to reach your goals is to be specific about how you plan to accomplish them and how you will measure your success. Setting the goal of being healthier is too vague. You need to break it down into steps and smaller goals to get you there. As a business owner, I set my goals for the month, quarter, and even for the year. This allows me to focus on what it will take to reach goals and to change plans if I'm not on target to successfully accomplish my goals. It's the same for our personal health. Okay, a way that you can start this is by trying something like setting a goal just to walk around the neighborhood before dinner 3 times each week. Maybe you can set a goal to start meal prepping for lunch throughout the week every Sunday evening. It's important to set these goals for yourself, and the more specific the goals, the better. Now, heading into the holiday season, fun, food, and fellowship, and even more food, it may not be atop of the priority list for losing weight, right? But maybe you want to set a goal not to gain any weight, or maybe it's just time to start thinking through ways to enjoy the holidays without feeling regretful. However small, it's important to have goals and to be able to measure them. And remember that any movement towards goals is better than no movement. So let's start off about speaking about movement. Now, if you're like me, exercise is not a topic that I get very excited about, but I'm hoping to change that. It's important to stay active for both our physical and our mental health. There's been countless studies that have proven there's the dozens of benefits that regular exercise can offer. But how can you become the type of person who gets excited about exercise? Well, start small. Maybe when you're going to the store, instead of parking right next to the entrance, park further away. Maybe when you're going to visit your next client or going to a doctor's office, take the stairs instead of the elevator. Another way is to make friends with people who spend their weekends hiking, walking, or playing team sports. It's all about surrounding yourself with others that are active. that the more you start moving, then the more likely you'll keep moving. And soon you'll become a more active person overall. So think about it. What is one of your favorite ways to stay active? And start putting those plans in place to be that way. And then we want to talk about being prepared. Now, we're all probably going on road trips or different things like that. And usually when you're on a road trip, you're going to have a destination point, right? And typically you're going to want, unless if you're one that loves to explore and discover, you're going to have a route planned out. Well, the same goes for being healthy. You need a roadmap. The easiest way to rack up unnecessary calories and waste money even is to skip out on meal prep. So make it a habit to start prepping the food you eat for the week ahead of time. It will help you by portioning your food. It helps you plan out meals that include healthy foods, and it's even going to save you money. Now, there's dozens of resources, websites, blogs that are dedicated to meal prepping. So do a search on the internet and it'll give you hundreds of ideas for budgets of all sizes. Again, it takes planning, but it's beneficial to prepare if you're just starting out on your health journey, or even if you've been doing this for a season. So Miranda, I hand it over to you.
If you know me very well, fruits and veggies is my favorite topic, right? So incorporating more fruits and vegetables in our diets is something all of us could benefit from, right? But did you know that according to the USDA, an adult is to eat 9 to 13 servings of fruits and veggies a day? This is a serving, guys. And who does that, right? And that's every day. And it's so annoying when we do buy the produce that it goes bad, and it quickly requires so much prep work when you get it in. So let's face it, getting takeout or whipping up a box of mac and cheese seems so much easier. But to help make your relationship with fruits and veggies go a little smoother, try these tips. Number 1, as soon as you get home from the store, wash or chop the veggies. If at all possible, go ahead and steam them or cook them or roast them on up on the spot, and then you can put them away as meal prep that Tim talked about just a second ago. And then when we do that, it's readily available. And when they are readily available, it's more likely to eat them. I know it's easier for me because I'm always on the go. So I want to be able to just grab and warm it up and have it ready to go instead of grabbing something that's not so healthy. And number 2, in many cases, you can freeze some of your produce. So right before it goes bad, I use it to cook with, or a lot of times like in stews, casseroles, or even in my smoothies. I'll take a banana before it goes totally bad and chop it up, put it in the freezer and throw it in my smoothie. Or spinach. It may not be good to eat after it's frozen, but it's great in my smoothies. And you can also use it in stews as well. And number 3, only get fruits and veggies that you like. How many have bought things and never ate it because you really didn't like it and your family didn't eat it either? So bananas may be cheap, but if you don't want them, don't buy them. Don't waste your money. And then also number 4, switch it up. Don't get the same thing all the time. Instead of apples, get oranges if you like them. Try grabbing something more exciting. Try new fruits and veggies like kiwis or even grapes. Grapes are easy and on the go. You can just grab a handful of those. Pineapple's a good fruit to try if you haven't eaten one of those in a long time. And it's so healthy for you. But by doing so, it keeps you from getting bored with the same thing over and over again. And then number 5, don't forget about the frozen food section. There's foods that are usually picked when they are ripe, and they are cleaned and right when they're ripened, they're cleaned and then they're frozen. So they're super healthy and they last longer because you can eat them whenever you're ready. I use frozen peas a lot. I throw them in my salads, pasta dishes, and things like that. It's easy peasy. Get it? Easy peasy. Dad joke, mom joke, whatever we're gonna call it. Number 6, I know for me, I don't eat my 9 to 13 servings every day, but I do bridge the gap with what I have is Juice Plus, and it's whole food nutrition. Simply put, it's fruits and veggies in a capsule. It even comes in a gummy. But this way I know I'm getting up to 45 different plants in my body every day. And Tim and I can give you more information on this if you're interested. Now let's go into tips for eating out. Who likes to eat out? I know I do. Since the restaurants have opened back up, I know they are flooded with people because everybody got tired of staying at home. And I know a lot of people have gotten tired of cooking as well, but eating out can quickly turn into an easy way to overindulge. And this keeps us, we intend to break away from what we were doing. So if we had a routine of doing really good and we start eating out, it's easy to get into that habit of overindulgent. So the most important thing to keep in mind, though, is to balance what you're eating. So instead of not allowing yourself to eat those French fries when you go out, share a side order with someone else at your table, or even ask for a child portion. Choose a restaurant that won't tempt you to eat foods that you know you shouldn't eat. If you're going to eat vegetables, don't go to a sports bar. And if you're going out with friends, take a look at the menu ahead of time. If necessary, request that you go to a restaurant that you know carries the fruits and veggies that you're looking for, or that really good salad or entree. And if that's not possible, make a plan to eat something ahead of time. Then you can partake in a small portion of something when you're out instead of ordering a giant plate of it. I know for me and my husband, we really focus on portion control, and we split a lot of our sides and when we go out. That way we can try a little bit of everything without overindulging with all the gooey, ooey, yummy stuff. And then these same tips apply to while we travel. So let's talk on traveling for just a little bit. Who's been traveling lately? I've done a little bit of traveling, and I see a few people traveling right now. But when you travel, when you go out of town, how easy is it to get off your diet or to get off the healthy habits that you're doing? So when we're on vacation, we want to overindulge. And you know what? That's totally okay. But just be sure, again, to balance those things out. For instance, if you're eating indulgent meals, try shooting for at least one healthy meal a day. And I'm a foodie. I can get carried away when I venture out to new places because I'm wanting to try everything. So if you're drinking, also want to touch on alcohol. If you're drinking alcohol, be sure to drink lots of water. A lot of people don't realize that alcohol can really dehydrate you, as well as a busy schedule can dehydrate you. But keep in mind, when you're dehydrated, that is not healthy. That is not doing your body good at all. And another tip, be intentional and make it a point to walk around or be active. So when you're on vacation, try to like Tim suggested, go up the stairs, or take a walk, or even go swimming, because most of the hotels have the swimming pools, and they even have the workout gyms. So check those out. But remember, every little bit does help. Now, this is the big one: cutting down on processed sugar. Sugar is sneaky, and it shows up in a lot of the foods that we wouldn't expect, like salad dressings, pressed juices, granola bars, and ketchup. They're just a few of the foods that are packed full of that stuff. And you already know that soda and candy have sugar, but do you know how much sugar fills your daily atonement? According to the American Health Association, the maximum amount of added sugars you should eat in a day for a man, check this out, it's 37.5 grams. That's 9 teaspoons. That's still a lot in my opinion. But for a woman, it's 25 grams and 6 teaspoons. How much sugar is in something seemingly innocent like a glass of orange juice? It's 21 grams and 8 ounces. That is crazy. I personally stay away from that stuff if at all possible, but it's all about being aware. When you know what you're putting in your body, it's easier to control that bad stuff. So do you know how much sugar you have in a day? I challenge you, do a log of your sugar intake. Figure out how much you're putting in your body, in your body every day. And then also maybe try to see how much you're eating in a week. You may be surprised. But this is a great segue because reading labels will help you figure out how much sugar you're having a day. So Tim, you want to touch on reading labels?
Absolutely. And like Miranda said, now that we have discussed sugar, we want to mention of how important it is to read labels in general. Before you buy anything at the store, you want to take a look at the nutrition label, see what it has to offer you. First thing you want to do is look at the serving size. At first glance, something might seem low in calories or sugar, but that could be because the serving size is deceivingly small. I mean, again, and I use Miranda's thing, I fell in love with this saying about getting chip-faced. There's so many unnecessary calories and stuff in that regards. When it says your serving size is maybe 10 chips, well, when you have a 20-ounce bag, that doesn't do you much justice, right? So we will have a takeaway for you at the end of our session on how to read labels more effectively. Now, let's talk about inflammation. Inflammation is our body's natural response to stress, and we need it in order to heal. Think about when you scrape your knee or scrape your skin or something like that. Think of the redness and the swelling that occurs around that. That's your body sending help to that source of stress. But did you know that inflammation can also occur within your body, like in your muscles, your gut, and other joints? Inflammation is the primary cause of chronic pain as well as autoimmune disorders. So to combat inflammation, you want to eat a cleaner diet, cut back on the sugar that actually feeds inflammation, and be sure to stay active within your limits. Tips we've discussed previously will assist in helping with this. All right, then we want to talk about some nutrition basics. When you're building your plate to eat, try to make good decisions. Okay, we're all going into Thanksgiving season, right? Thanksgiving is next week, but take the opportunity to fill your plate half full with vegetables. Keep your meat or your protein to the size of a deck of cards, and then fill the remainder of your plate with carbs. And this is just one layer, not like what we do at turkey dinner where we layer them, okay? Another thing to remember is to eat breakfast and include foods that are full of proteins and good fats. Eggs, seeds, nuts, and avocados are useful breakfast components. So think about it. What's your go-to breakfast? My go-to breakfast used to be coffee with sugar and creamer, and a banana if I had one. But think about your breakfast, what it is that you eat.
Tim, think about the word breakfast. Have y'all ever really thought about where the word breakfast came from? It means to break fast. It literally means to break the fasting period the night before. So how many of you ever fasted before? Raise your hand. It's an interesting thing to look into, but simply put, it means you stop eating completely for almost a certain amount of time. It can be anywhere from 12 to 24 hours, and sometimes it continues for days at a time. But if you eat dinner at 6 p.m., let's say, nothing until breakfast at 6 the next morning, or 7, 8, 9, or 10, you naturally endure to fast, and that is so good for your gut. That's another topic for another day. But however, whether you're coming off a normal daily fast like I just described, or a longer intermittent fast, a nutritious, well-balanced breakfast like Tim described can give you energy and prevent you from eating too much throughout the rest of the day. So just keep in mind that whatever you eat will play a part of how your body will operate. Like I always say, every choice you make is an investment in you. So make it a good choice. Eating well and proportion control all starts with the mindset, knowing that doing good things for your body will only produce good things. Your food is your fuel. So Tim, let's go to the next slide. You want to take this?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Miranda, for that input. It's important to remember it's all intentional about what we do, right? All right, so negative thoughts. We all get hit with negative thoughts every now and then, right? Well, we need to stomp the ants. And no, I'm not talking about your mother or father, sister. I'm talking about those automatic negative thoughts. Those thoughts that you may have towards yourself. Anybody ever made a mistake in thinking to themselves, oh, you're so stupid. I can't believe you made such a stupid decision. How can you be so gullible? Anybody ever have those thoughts? Well, here's some ways to learn to stomp the ants. Write your thoughts down. If you don't already have a journal, get one, or just scribble your thoughts down on a notepad. Letting that stream of thoughts out of your head and onto paper helps you move past it. Letting negativity swim around in your head without an outlet will not help you. Or maybe you can talk about it. If you have a friend who you feel comfortable talking to, ask if they mind listening to you for a little while. If you prefer, seek out a mental health professional, but make sure you choose wisely who to share with. Find someone that you can trust. Now, we all can easily get into filling our habits with routines, but Miranda's going to share with us a little bit of adding joy to our day.
I just want to just kind of reiterate the ANTS. I love that acronym. It's what is the ANTS again? Automatic negative thoughts.
Yep.
Automatic. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And keep this in mind. I also know that adding joy in my mind is a great choice for combating those negative thoughts as well. And it helps you to refocus. So it's a good opposition to those negative thoughts. But we can easily get into the habit of filling our days with routines that are practically or yet boring. We get used to the way we move through the world today, and that tends to keep us from missing out on the beautiful things that surround us. To help solve this, take time throughout your day to stop and observe the surroundings. Allow yourself to take a moment to feel grateful for the simple things. Like literally stop and smell the roses. How many people do that these days? I call it squirreling in a good way. Like the fact that someone out there invented the spatula. I mean, think about that. It's a perfect tool for frying an egg. Or maybe take the time to study the way your fingers bend around a pencil. This allows you to write and communicate your thoughts and ideas. Or one helpful way to go about this exercise is to pretend for just a moment that you just inhabited your human body. It sounds strange, I know, but just think about like a little baby when they're finding their toes. It's so interesting to look at our body. It's beautifully and wonderfully made, our eyeballs, our hands, our fingers, our toes. But let's go on to motivation. Staying motivated is so important in working toward and reaching our goals. So going back to what Tim was saying about setting these goals, but to help keep your mind motivated positively, try creating a vision board, then place it somewhere you'll see it every day. How many of you have done a vision board before? Because usually vision boards are used to help motivate personal and professional pieces of life, but they can literally be used to in your health aspects as well. So if you create a healthy vision board, fill it up with yummy, healthy foods that look tasty to you, or fresh vegetables, or a fresh glass of water, pictures of sunshine, the outdoors, other images that conjure up health and happiness. But putting that together can really help get you stay focused when you're looking at it every day. There is something to that in the neurofeedback center of your brain. But so stop and think, what image comes to mind? What image inspires you for those healthy choices? Now, a lot of times the things that keep us from getting to where we're going, we're going to talk a little bit about stress. There are healthy and unhealthy ways to deal with stress. And it all comes down to how you channel your energy into something productive or unproductive. For instance, unhealthy, unproductive ways include binge eating, overindulging in alcohol or other substances, getting angry but not doing anything about it. Now, healthy, productive ways include exercising, talking about your stress with someone you trust, finding a creative outlet like writing, painting, drawing, knitting, cleaning, or organizing. I know for me, I like to paint or create. So what I do is I turn my music up and I have at it and I get into what I'm doing and get all the thoughts of the world away. So how do you channel your stress? Is it a productive or unproductive way? So Tim, what's one thing that you do to release your stress?
Laughter. Laughter is a way that decreases your stress hormones, and it increases your immune cells and infection fighting antibodies. I've been told I have a boisterous laugh, and I love to laugh. And we had a few laughing episodes today with Troy. We always laugh when Troy is among us. Laughter is a powerful medicine and something that we should all partake in whenever possible. How can you incorporate more laughter into your life? Let's try to insert some laughter here. Okay, a few dad jokes. Which of the days are the strongest? Saturday and Sunday. The rest are weekdays. All right, let's try another one. What do you do if your boyfriend hates fruit jokes? You let the man go. All right, last one here. Okay, I can't see any laughter except Miranda, and she's already heard these. But why are archaeologists so annoyed? Because they have a bone to pick. All right, wait a minute, I got one more. All right, do you know that your pupils are the last to stop working when you die? They dilate. All right, that's enough of that. Some other ideas would be put photos or greeting cards or comic strips up around your living space that make you smile. Make it a habit of spending time with people that you know make you laugh, and then return the favor to them by sharing funny stories or jokes with folks around you. Another way is find a television show that just makes you laugh out loud. I love the slapstick humor of Lucille Ball. I love Lucy. That just used to be one of my go-tos. So for yourself, putting laughter into your daily routine is very helpful. So always think of something that never fails to make you laugh and insert it into your day periodically. All right, I see Troy liked my jokes. So Troy, I give you opportunity to use those when you see fit. All right, another thing we want to talk about is self-care. Self-care is a term that gets thrown around a lot, but what does it really mean? Self-care is any activity that we do deliberately to take care of our mental, emotional, and physical health. It's doing things for ourselves that refuel us and offer energy instead of taking it away. Now, self-care needs to be an active choice. Again, we got to be intentional about it. Okay, so you have to make that choice to fulfill your needs or take care of your needs, and it's different for everyone. So here's some steps that you could possibly take to determine how to structure your self-care practices. Establish a no list. Don't check emails at night. Don't attend gatherings with people that drain your energies. Don't go out on Saturday night when you would prefer to stay in. Maybe another thing that you can do, we all have these things that are on our hips where we're constantly communicating, but do an automated email that responds to emails after 5 that says you'll respond the next day. Embrace turning down the invitations to events that you don't want to attend. You have to have those boundaries put into place. Another way is follow up with your medical care. Okay, this is a great way to do self-care. Schedule those biannual dental cleanings. Make sure you get your eyes checked every year. Take care of your body. You only get one. What we've talked about during this whole presentation, promote a nutritious diet. And then last, do a pleasurable activity every day. So think of ways that you can possibly take care of yourself on a daily basis. All right, this class was put together for all of you guys using information, a variety of resources. I hope that each of you learned something valuable. I also want to encourage each of you to take steps towards creating habits and routines that make you happier and healthier. As you all know, Miranda has a passion to help others become healthy. Most of you know her personal journey, and that's why she established the Healthy Mid-South. I've partnered with her on this journey, and we hope to do a lot more of these educations. If you want this to brought to a company or an organization, please contact us. As we mentioned, we're going to have a free takeaway for everybody. We're offering a free guide on how to read nutrition labels. Everybody will get a link on going to the equipforsuccess.leadingthebest.com, and it will give you the opportunity to let us know that you want to receive this. So Miranda, I think you're going to wrap us up.
Yeah, I just want to, we kind of packed this education with a lot of information, and each one of these topics we could go deeper into in educations. So we just kind of did a quick review and simple steps of taking those direction. But keep in mind, your work has just begun. It just takes one step, choosing one area to where you want to improve on. Don't overwhelm yourself trying to do everything at once. And keep in mind, it's just like Tim said, it's like, every choice you make is an investment in you, because you're all you've got. You only have one body. So what are you doing to take care of it? And so picking any one of these topics can really make a big change in your life. And don't forget, it's never, ever, ever too late to start getting healthy. I don't know if anyone has any questions, or if we have time. But Mary Lou, back to you.
Mary Lou,
Miranda?
you're all muted there.
Bob,
There we go.
got a question.